Hello, everyone. This is my first interview in English, and I have the pleasure to have me Peter Kubiczek from Hello Here. Hi, Peter. How are you? So,
Hi, Paul.
Peter is the co-founder and CEO of one of my favorite application around in the market, offering a way to control your referrals in your apartment. So if you have products, services, tours experience, and you want to control your referrals, maybe Hello Here is the best application in the market globally. So Peter, please help me to describe what is Hello Here, how it works, and how the idea come from, where the idea come from. Sorry.
Hi, Paul. Thank you for having me here today. This is exactly a part of the product and a part of what we are doing and helping our hosts. So we started our company, it was in 2016. We tested the MVP that we had at that time. We worked on the product with a few property managers in London and Paris. We tested the product there. And then that was late 2016 when we released our first MVP. At that time, it was just a welcome app through which you could present the best things around the property. You could just show the main amenities of your property, basic rules like check-in and check-out time. And that was how the application started at that time.
Mm-hmm.
Then we started adding new features as we became more popular. We started offering across the whole world, and we noticed that more and more hosts are using our product. We started adding new features because they simply asked us to have additional features. So now, after almost 2 years, we developed into a product that would be at the same time a welcome app through which you could offer the best things to do, to see, to experience when you stay in vacation rentals. At the same time, share the most important things about the property, like welcoming your guests, checking, checkout times, all the rules, directions, how to get to the property, amenities, instructions for different tool amenities in the property. And on top of that, we added very comprehensive communication channels for the property owners. So now you can easily communicate with even hundreds of guests at the same time through our platform, send push notifications, send them new offers about, let's say, tours and activities, the services that you upsell as additional services for your guests on top of just selling nights. And apart from that, we also facilitate selling those services. And it doesn't have to be only the services provided by the hosts. We also cooperate with different tours and activities providers. So you can actually have renowned companies also working, I would say, for you, because anything that is sold through Hello Here to the guest means that it's an extra revenue share for the owner of the property. So this is what we do. It's a welcome app. It increases revenue and it delivers great communication channels. At the same time, it brands for your property. So each time someone opens the app, they will see the branding of the property. So there are a number of benefits that are behind the app for the customers, including the consistency of showing the information about the property and building the brand.
I think one of the most important feature in your app is the way property managers can, control the referrals they are doing, because I think we every day are receiving a question from property managers that they asking how to control my referrals, because they are offering, you can go there to get an extra whatever, go to there to find bike rentals, or so actually property manager are referring a lot of tours, activities, and shops out there, but they are not getting any revenue out from these referrals. So I think this is why I'm referring your application, is because people that way can earn money actively referring services out there, and at the same time can communicate in real time with the guests wherever they are. I think. And one thing, maybe once you told me that you have a georeferential, you can offer determined services to your guests when they arrive next to something, no?
Yes, yes. So actually, I'm very happy that you mentioned that because I was traveling a lot, staying through a
Yeah.
lot of vacation rentals and Airbnb. So, and then I noticed before we developed the product, we noticed that there are a few problems. When we arrived, first of all, in many cases, there was no one to help us. There could have been, a leaflet or a brochure.
Yeah.
But then, even though we got to the place, we didn't know where the best restaurant would be, where
That's
to
it.
go to do some shopping, where to book a tour for the next day. We always resorted and went back to the host to ask these questions. And if we already entrusted the money with the host, we always trusted the host in terms of the referrals because we knew that they are recommending only the best thing.
That's it.
So we thought that it would be great to combine that and allow hosts to make extra money out of that as well. So I think the best way would be if I shared my screen now. So I'll
Please,
open the app. I'll show
please,
you how it
please,
works.
please,
Because
please.
instead of, let me know if you can see my screen.
Perfectly.
Okay. So it works like this. If we are not working with the PMS system that the vacation rental is connected to, then we always recommend the owner to send with a booking confirmation an email to the guest informing that the host prepared all the information from the guest. To start with, I need to tell you one very important thing. We prepare for our customers everything from the beginning till the end, from welcome emails through the content for the property. We also do the service, so we don't need to worry about setting up the content, thinking about the best tours and activities. We can recommend everything, and only then when it's ready, the owner goes to the back end console and they acknowledge that they like the content. So it's a huge time saver for the guest. Let me open the app. So let's imagine I have already booked the property and I received an email confirmation. I downloaded the app and I opened the app. For the first time, I need to use the code for the property. Let's imagine it's up to you, Gianpaolo. Where would you like to log in today? I have Seattle in this account, Miami, New Zealand, and Melbourne. Where would you
Let's
like to go today?
say Miami.
Miami. Okay, so let's go to EZ303. Is that right? 307, sorry. EZ307.
Okay.
I could also, when I arrive to the property, I could scan the QR code that would be on site and I would get instantly to the same content.
Okay.
So now what you can see on the main screen is absolutely fully customizable. This is an example of a vacation rental in Miami Beach. They offer their own services in the form of arrival transfers, extra cleaning services. You can order a massage, private bartender, or even get a welcome package.
Okay.
So this is the first category was used to sell their extra services to the guests. They also have private chef, as you can see. I can scroll on top of the bar and jump through different categories that they prepared. So let's imagine I wake up in the morning and instead of looking for the best breakfast places around me, I know that this host who lives there knows the best breakfast places and they recommend me a few bars. So I can quickly open the bar. I can see the description here. I can jump to the gallery and see what the place looks like. And just by clicking the map, I can open it in Google or Apple Maps. Well, I'm in Europe right now, so I won't be able to show you the route to the place. But within one click, I would get the directions. So there is no need for printed brochures, maps,
Or maps.
that
Yeah.
would give me directions to that place. Within 2 clicks, I would get there either with Google or Apple Maps. You can design the content as you wish. As I said, we set it up for our hosts. So if they tell us that they would like to offer this and that under this and that category, we'll prepare everything for that. But you can do it on your own as well. And I show you in a second. It's very easy and takes a moment. Also, I may quickly browse everything on a map. So you see, I'm in Europe, but as I zoom in to Miami, I will be able to explore
The altitude spots.
yes, the neighborhood as well. So if I were in Miami right now, I would see myself on a map and I would know how far that is from different amenities here. Let's say there are 5 here. I may quickly see that, oh, how about we rent a car just to have some fun? And I could click and go directly to the booking side of the car rental. And that would also mean revenue share for the host. So this is as far as
Amazing.
the recommendations are concerned. I can quickly jump from a category to category and see what the host prepared for me, go back to the list, go back to the main screen. It's easily, you can easily navigate through the app. The user experience is really, really nice.
Okay.
Just because of the user experience, I'm happy that you mentioned that you like our product. It was also due to the votes of the audience of Vacation Rental World Summit last year that we won the main prize in the competition for the best software for vacation rentals.
Yeah.
We won World Tourism Forum in
Congratulations.
the best software in hospitality. Just a few weeks ago, we won Hedna Award in Lisbon for the best software for hotels and also for hospitality providers. And well, we are the finalists of Focusrite and Web in Travel. So I think a lot of people really liked our product that we managed to
I love it,
to all
actually.
those awards. The second tab, which you can see here down there, is something very important for property management companies and hosts as well, because they can easily share all the information about the property, like how they can welcome the guests, they can quickly share directions how to get to that place, they can share, notes on the arrival. They always keep on answer the same questions concerning Wi-Fi address, door lock code, everything may be included here. You may include video links here, even links to regulation that would be that you would ask your guest to confirm before the arrival. You may include all the rules or some tips about amenities, include videos how to use the washing machine, where to dispose the trash, what to do before checkout. So it really helps in daily operations because, you don't have to repeat the same things, and it's beautifully presented to the guest. Let's
And
go to the, yeah, sure.
just a question. A lot of people also ask me about a way to manage communication with their guests. I think your application is also offering this kind. So you have a all-in-one solution for communicate with your guests before they arrive, during their stay, and after, right?
Yeah. So just to give you the idea how it can help manage your properties, we work with owners that have only one property, and the largest company that we work with has 2,000 properties. So imagine you would see either 1, 10, or 50 or 2,000 properties within one account. You can divide them by geographic regions, and then we'll cover recommendations in a second. But as you asked about communication, if you go to guest tab, every moment the guest types in the code for the property, which you share with the booking confirmation, they pop up here in the system.
Okay.
This is actually, it's a test apartment. So you can see, test accounts here, but imagine that would be your guest. So if I go to messages tab, within 1 second, I could send a message to all the people staying across all my properties, or just individual guests in particular properties. I won't be spamming all the people here. So I'll just send a message to myself to give you the idea how it could work. So let's say we could type in, "Hi, Peter, great to have you. We have maybe tickets for a football match tomorrow." Okay. Or it could be anything. We could ask them if they need anything. Maybe they need an airport pickup. And let me close the app now. Let's imagine I'm just walking around the city. And when I send a message here, and please bear in mind, I could have sent it to all the people across all my properties. So it could be, let's say, a new tour or activity that I could upsell. Maybe it could be an information that Metro will not be operating tomorrow, some time-sensitive information, or maybe just some marketing information for the guests. Maybe there is a nice concert tomorrow in the city, and I could inform 100 guests staying at my property in just 1 second. And I can quickly open it. It's already on my iWatch, and I can also quickly open it in the app, and I can reply to the guests, to the host. That is absolutely great. Can we buy 3 tickets for tomorrow? Oh, I
Advanced
think I'm logged
technology.
into it. Yeah, and I'm logged into a different property right now. Let
Don't
me,
worry. Yeah, it's okay. It's okay. But
you would instantly receive it in the back panel. And the same thing applies for real-time chat messaging. So I could go and choose any of the guests here and reply to them or ask them if they need anything. We can also reduce the number of callouts, because if there is something wrong going on in the property, like, I don't know, maybe there is no hot water running, I
uh-huh.
can quickly send a message to the host so they would receive it instantly without the need to answer the phone calls.
Wow.
So you may send a message to an individual guest, to the property, to this whole city, or just to whole range of properties that you have. You may also chat with them in real time, as I mentioned. So these are the ways of communicating with the guest. But let's go back to the recommendations, and I'll show you how it works if you felt like adding something new or managing the content. Because even though I said that we can set up everything for our host, it's also very easy to do it on your own. So we are logged in, I guess, to this one. So if we want to add any new recommendations or just change the layout of the app, I will just, drag and drop it here, change the order of the categories on the main screen. Or if I want to, add, let's say, a new lunch place, I would just go to the lunch, click add recommendation, and I can type in just a generic name, which is lunch, or I could just type in the name of the restaurant here, and automatically all the photos and the content would be added instantly to the app. But as I said, we set it up for the guest, for the host, so they don't need to spend time on it. We can
Amazing.
also, if you have different types of travelers that you invite over to your home, then you may also quickly create a copy of every property, and in that way create an extra set of recommendations, let's say for family. Maybe this waterfront mansion in Miami Beach is mostly visited by businessmen, but in case there are families coming over, I may quickly click duplicate here. It will take a second. And now I can give it a new name, like family, for example. It's automatically saved. Actually, it's hidden here, but it's automatically saved. If we go back to my properties, I already have it for families as well with a separate code. And now I could edit recommendations for families. And from now on, if I host a family, I would just share that code with them. And I would be able to tailor all the recommendations for families. So it could be, amusement park for kids, family-friendly restaurants, and so on and so forth. The same thing applies to different language versions. We may set it up in any language for you. So we have some customers that have a lot of Chinese customers, and then the whole content in the app is in Chinese for the customers.
Mm-hmm.
So it's a very flexible product. You can really address every single need that you would have.
Amazing. You did an amazing job.
Thank you.
So, some tips and tricks for people willing to use your application. I mean, what is the I mean, a lot of people is looking for simplifying or some way get the best results out of their referrals or recommendation. What is the tricks, or based on your experience, what would you recommend to do to someone looking
We,
for
we have different types of customers, I would say, because we are working with vacation rentals, service apartments, small bed and breakfast places. There are different types of accommodation providers on our platform, and they have different needs. Sometimes they just want to streamline the communication, so they are mostly focused on communicating with the guests, sending push notifications, keeping them updated with offers that are during the stay of the guest. Sometimes they care mostly about showing the basic things about the property, so they can save a lot of time during welcoming the guest. They may focus more on building the relation with the guest instead of spending 30 minutes on explaining how to operate the washing machine, turning on the TV, logging into the internet, because they may include that here. Many of them are very outgoing and they care about the experience on site. So then they may suggest different places like the best restaurants, museums, this hidden gems in the city that you wouldn't otherwise be able to explore weren't it for the host. But there are also some who are very focused on adding additional services. And since you can customize every category here, you may add absolutely anything from your own services to tours and activities. Even if it's, let's imagine it's a beach house and there is a windsurfing board rental at the beach. You may quickly add that here. If this is your friend renting the boat, both of you may benefit from increasing the revenue. He will rent the boat and you will make your guests happy. And setting it up really takes a moment. So it's like in 2 minutes you can set it up here. We will also help you do that, even if you didn't have those 2 minutes. So you can just send me an email or just an email to our company. You would receive a short survey, what you would like to do with your guests, and then the next day your properties may go live. We also work with property management, with the PMS systems. So let's say if you're, for example, working with Rentals United, you may quickly quickly connect your properties to our platform, so it's even more seamless. There are a lot of new features coming as well in the upcoming weeks. We usually update the software on a 2-week basis or on a monthly basis, so we constantly add new features. We listen to our customers, gather the feedback, and then add feature by feature that would be very much welcomed by both the host and the guest.
So a question, if you can answer, if you can reply to my question, is how much can generate a property manager out of your application, referring services or restaurants or whatever?
Yeah.
So
it's very, yeah. This is very individual because, as you can imagine, if let's imagine you offer tickets to museums. A ticket to museum may cost €5, so then the commission from a ticket to museum will be relatively small. But if you have great experiences, like one of our customers in New Zealand offers flyover by helicopter or heliboarding while snowboarding there, or I think there are some rally driving car lessons, which are very expensive, then the revenue share is definitely higher. So it depends on the type of service that you are providing. But of course, if you are a property management company and you offer your own services, then you know exactly how much you can upsell.
Yeah.
It could be extra cleaning for, I don't know, €10 maybe, or €20, or maybe just late checkout that I could quickly book here and then increase the revenue of the property management company. So if you have 50 properties, let's say, you can quickly calculate how much that would be.
Yeah, of course.
In the end,
if you're offering your own services, then you know how much you're generating out of this application. Yeah, of course.
Yeah.
Makes sense.
But I think the bottom line, even if you don't offer any services to your guests, is still saving a lot of time, and time is money. So, instead of repeating the same things, printing leaflets or guidebooks for your guests, you're also saving time. Well, imagine just updating them across the portfolio of your property. From here, you can do that in 2 seconds because you can update the content for all the recommendations really in a blink of an eye.
You were mentioning check-in operation before. Are you going to, in the next feature, going to integrate a remote check-in or smart locks in your application?
Yes. We have already talked to a few companies about that, and we definitely want to do that and also include some home automation in the app as well, because our platform is so flexible that let's imagine that under one of the tiles, you will be able to have home automation or just information how to unlock the door lock code. So actually the roadmap for our product is fully packed. So there are a lot of ideas behind and a lot of things that will be revealed quite soon. I think the first big release will be during Vacation Rental World Summit at Lake Como. We'll show some new cool features there, but we'll also follow the trends of the market. So you may expect really nice things to happen within the platform.
Wow. So you are going to attend the VRMA in Las Vegas?
We will be at VRMA in Las Vegas, definitely.
So
we will be at Lake Como at Vacation Rental World Summit.
Okay.
I hope we'll make it to Sardinia, the
Okay.
Extra 2018.
Okay.
There are a few conferences. Well, this will be at WTM definitely.
Of course, where
So
we
there
met
are a
last
few
year.
different. Yes, there are definitely a few conferences where you'll be able to see us this year, and we are exhibiting there. So just please come over and say hello. You can schedule a demo either with me over Skype or with any of our team members, even before the conferences. Just send me an email and we'll walk you through the product. It's really.
I really recommend you to do so. So if you're interested in Peter products, just contact him because here his demos are absolutely amazing. Because I mean, the first demo I had. Do you remember the WTM was amazing? I really was incredible because I felt in love with your product at the first sight. So I really,
I'm very
really,
happy to hear that.
I really recommend Hello Here to everyone looking for this ton of features. So completely automation in communication with guests, referrals, which for me is the most important, and this is why I'm recommending a Hello Here. And for me, the last question for you, Peter, which is for me the most important one. Um, how do you see the vacation rental industry in the next 5 years? What we need to expect from our industry? In your case, about technology or whatever you want, but technology maybe.
Well, I think the answer to that question could take us, another call for at least a few hours. But I think there are a few levels at which we should look at it. First of all, we can see consolidation in the market. So on the level of the largest companies, we'll probably see some acquisitions and real growth of the companies. You could just hear Radoning acquired 5,000 properties or even more from one of the companies. And, there are a number of large companies acquiring other companies. But at the bottom level, I think we'll follow professionalization of the industry. So technology will become more prevalent. There are more and more tools at different levels, from home automation, insurances, door lock codes, key handovers, which is a huge pain of the industry. There will be definitely software as ours for increasing the revenue and making the experiences and while for the guests. So I think that professionalization of the industry will become very visible.
Yes, I think so. I think the same, absolutely. So I 100% with you. So Peter, thank you very much for the time you dedicate to this interview. I really, really, I repeat another time, I really love your product. I really want people to see the potential of Hello Here, which is for me one of the best application around the market. And for that reason, you get all these prizes during the past years, So I hope to see you soon, if not in Sardinia, in London, because for sure I'll be
Absolutely.
at WTM. Thank you very much, Peter. Have a nice weekend.
Thank you. It was a pleasure, and thank you for having me here.
Thanks. Bye. Bye.
Bye.